White begins with a flexible move to control the center. Black responds with c5, aiming for pressure on the queenside and a Sicilian-like structure. White prepares to develop the bishop to b2, creating a strong fianchetto. Black strikes the center with d5, aiming for space and dynamic possibilities. White develops the bishop to a long diagonal, targeting the center. Black plays f6 to support the center and prepare for potential e5 thrusts. White challenges the center with c4, while black advances d4, gaining space and limiting white's pawn moves. White stabilizes the pawn structure and prepares to develop pieces. Black reinforces the center with e5, strengthening control of d4. White opens the path for the dark squared bishop while planning to break the center later. Black develops the knight to e7, keeping options open for kingside or queenside maneuvering. White brings the bishop closer to finishing development and castling. Black places the knight on c6 to pressure the center. White develops another knight to challenge d4. Black positions the bishop for kingside castling and completes development. Both sides castle to secure their kings and prepare to connect the rooks. White aims to challenge the center and gain space. Black starts queenside expansion with a 6, planning b5. White prepares to reposition the knight for better control. Black pushes b5 to expand on the queenside and prepare counterplay. White develops the bishop to pin black's knight, attempting to disrupt development. Black decides to exchange bishops and weaken white's pawn structure slightly. White captures with the queen, maintaining activity. Black places the queen on c8, preparing to coordinate an attack. White relocates the queen to a more stable position. Black maneuvers the knight to strengthen central and queenside influence. White develops and supports the b4 square. Black brings the rook to an open file, planning to apply pressure. White positions a rook to control the open c-file. Black moves the queen to e8, leaving space for development and potential f5 ideas. White's bishop attacks the center and targets weaknesses. Black defends the center and prepares to exchange pieces. White reorganizes the knight to improve its influence. Black plays g6 to solidify the kingside and restrict white's options. White opens the queenside, hoping to expose weaknesses. Black responds confidently, keeping the structure solid. White places the bishop on a strong diagonal. Black activates the knight to challenge white's position on the queenside. White develops pieces to reinforce the defense. Black moves the rook to support the a-file attack. White attempts to create counterplay on the queenside. Black activates the knight to capitalize on weaknesses. White repositions the queen defensively. Black prepares to double rooks and increase pressure. White sacrifices a pawn to open the file. Black accepts and looks to exploit the open lines. White challenges black's queenside dominance. Black pushes c4 to control the center and attack white's pawn structure. White captures to simplify. Black's active pieces dominate the center and restrict white's movement. White exchanges knights to reduce pressure. Black maintains control with active pieces. White places the queen on an open line. Black wins a pawn, increasing material advantage. White stabilizes the structure. Black doubles rooks to control the b-file. White plays defensively. Black develops the bishop, preparing tactical threats. White trades queens to reduce black's attacking chances. Black activates the king and prepares for the endgame. White tries to invade the 7th rank. Black defends calmly with the king. White seeks counterplay on the king side. Black places the bishop on an aggressive diagonal. White attempts to create threats. Black controls the open c-file, neutralizing white's activity. White exchanges rooks to simplify. Black's rook remains dominant on the open file. White advances the pawn for counterplay. Black blocks its progress effectively. White tries to promote the pawn. Black's rook defends strongly. White centralizes the king. Black pushes the kingside pawns to gain space. White advances the king to support pawns. Black does the same, preparing to dominate the endgame. White stays defensive. Black activates the king on the queen side. White relocates the knight. Black clears space for advancing the queenside pawns. White plays defensively. Black increases pressure with the bishop. White sacrifices a pawn. Black captures confidently, gaining an overwhelming position. White tries to activate the rook. Black maintains control with precise rook moves. White supports pawns. Black brings the bishop to an aggressive square, targeting weaknesses. White defends kingside pawns. Black centralizes the king further, reinforcing control. White moves the rook defensively. Black shifts the rook for increased activity. White seeks checks but runs out of threats. Black keeps advancing calmly. White's rook is pushed back. Black consolidates and prepares final maneuvers. White struggles to find counterplay. Black dominates with active rooks. White remains defensive. Black solidifies the rook's dominance. White holds the rook on the 7th rank. Black's bishop increases the kingside pressure. White tries to support weaknesses. Black builds on the positional advantage. White plays passively. Black increases control of key squares. White brings the knight to defend. Black positions the king aggressively. White plays defensively. Black maintains the strategic edge. White activates the knight. Black pushes the king deeper into White's camp. White attempts to resist with the rook. Black prepares to close the game. White grabs a pawn. Black aims to push the pawn forward. White sacrifices material but opens lines. Black solidifies control. White activates the king. Black uses the rook to harass White's defenses. White is forced back. Black's coordination is precise. Black targets the edge pawn. White's pieces are restricted. White tries to create counterplay. Black brings the king closer to the center. Black uses the rook efficiently to stop White's passed pawn. The final move. Black's king dominates and White resigns due to the overwhelming position.